Ladies and gentlemen, this is Chimera Elite, and today we're taking a closer look at the Fang Warrior. The Fang Warrior can be the backbone of just about any Wolfen army with good mobility and comparably high damage. He's pretty useful, and also, because of the different tiers, surprisingly versatile. Each unit in Dawn's War Online has 3 different tiers, and like I said, the Fang Warrior is no exception. The vanilla Fang Warrior that we're all used to from earlier in the beta, the Wolfen Reaper, and the Great Fang Wolfen, and each one has its own specialty. The Tier 1 Fang Warrior has good accuracy, good dodge, and decent damage, but his parry, toughness, and will suffer for it. But then again, it's not his job to stand in one place and go head to head with the tough units of the enemy army. You want him to draw off fire from your frontliners, like your Grave Guardians, from your hero. And he's able to do this very well. With Elusive, which gives him a plus 30% increase to his chance to dodge attacks of opportunity, which happen when you're disengaging from someone or essentially just running by them, and that's huge. He can remain very mobile and safe at the same time, while harassing the enemy. But he also has another side. And that other side is he has Fierce, which against units like Kerberos, the Flesh Golem, the big tanky guy, and Arrhenius, who's also extremely tanky, you can always count on him to deal at least 6 damage per hit. He cannot deal any less damage than that, and that's very good and makes him a very effective tank killer. You need to use this guy as a diversion and strike where the enemy is weak, tearing them down before they can even have a chance to regroup. And he comes in at a relatively cheap for the Wolfen, 43 AP, and it's worth every single point of it. The Tier 2 Wolfen Reaper is cut from the same cloth, but his stats speak for themselves. Coming in at 50 AP and a higher parry and toughness, this Wolfen is far more defensive than his cheaper cousin, and is fully able to stand his ground. With lowered accuracy, damage, and dodge, you might think that this Reaper has dulled, but think again. One thing that you need to keep in mind with this guy is that, and really with the Wolfen in general, is that you're always going to be outnumbered. Like, 75 to 80% of the time, you are outnumbered. And as time goes on, that number is probably going to increase. And this Wolfen Reaper has a very, very important ability. Most units get penalties when they're surrounded. When you're surrounded by the units, you get penalties to attack them, and they get bonuses to attack you. Now, this unit, with Combat Instinct, it allows him to he's not penalized for being surrounded. The enemies still get the bonus to attack him, but the most important thing about that is he can actually fight back. So even if he's having to deal with, say, 3 skeletons, if we're fighting undead, he can still keep the fight going and give openings to his packmates. And that kind of comes into his other skill, Ruthless, allows him to stun the enemy, which is essentially just -1 to all stats. And really, he's support. Again, he's melee damaging support, but he's support nonetheless. He sets up his allies, and if you're running Ryscar, setting up kills is huge, because if you set up enough lowered units, you can just tear through them all in one turn. And in some cases, he could also be used in a ranged army, like one with the Guardians of Equilibrium, or even crossbowmen. And you have 2 choices there. You either let the enemy come to you, or you become an unstoppable force just slowly sweeping across the battlefield. Either way, the Reaper is always up to the task. The Tier 3 Great Fang is always itching for a fight. At 51 AP, only slightly more than Tier 2, he fills the exact opposite role. While Tier 2 is defense-oriented, Tier 3 is pure offense. Even so, if you look at him in the beginning, he's kind of average. All his stats are 9, save for dodge and will, which are lower. I believe dodge is 7 and will is even lower than that, making him the most well-rounded member of the Fang Warriors. However, his abilities and attributes reveal his true purpose if you just stop for a moment and read. Bloodlust increases the damage he deals by 3. And that means if you're dealing max damage against a skeleton, say, you can take him out in 2 turns, or 1 turn if you focus him down. And it doesn't stop there. At risk to himself, he deals 2 more damage on an attack, while lowering his own toughness by that same amount. And when I say offense, if you have an army of Ryscar, a few Great Fangs, maybe some Grave Guardians, or some Guardians of Equilibrium, however you want to do it, if you want damage, these guys are always up to the task and can get the job done, and done well. Overall, with their low cost and adaptability, the Fang Warriors, Tier 1, Tier 2, and Tier 3, are always good in an army. They're not necessary, but they're always a good addition. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and enjoy the rest of it, because there's still plenty more of this fight to go. Next time, we're gonna be looking at the Wolfen Crossbowmen. Until then, I will see you guys around. Peace.